Record. All right, we are on. Welcome to Rotary Club. Hallelujah. Now do it. Carlos?
It's done. We did.
Oh, he did it?
Yep. Yeah.
I didn't hear it. Do it again.
It officially was done. We heard it.
I'd like to do it twice.
Ding!
If he does it a second time, that technically closes the meeting.
I know.
Thank you all for coming.
Hello, good night.
Confused. As obviously you can see, we have no guests today. So. No, all right. Thank you. Thank you, Carlos. Thank you, everybody, for coming. And let's just go ahead and get started. I did. I'm so proud of myself. I actually hit record. I'm so excited. All right. Let's see. Amy, would you like to go ahead and give the Pledge of Allegiance?
Sure.
Oh, and everybody, just go ahead and mute online so that way we're not all muffled.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
That was different. That's awesome.
I don't know if Carrie would pass us at school for doing that.
Is this Boy Scouts? Like, what are we doing?
I thought that's what you were supposed to do.
All right.
That's how Sarah taught me.
She knows. Carrie, we need you to help us out here. For Texas, what are you supposed to do?
Oh, okay.
I think
Just keep your hand over your heart.
hand out
With Texas.
like this, I think.
Carrie Abrams.
Oh, Carrie Abrams. Nobody's asking me.
Sorry. If you're not talking to me, sorry.
No, I am talking to you. I'm totally.
Yeah, we're totally talking to Carrie
Abrams. At your little square.
I think you're supposed to put your hand out, but we just keep our hand over our heart. That's cool.
Okay.
Just curious.
In Mexico, we turn around.
Okay, so we will we'll have to get any volunteers that's willing to Google that and figure that out. Go on Wikipedia, whatever. We're gonna be the first club in Rotary that's gonna switch it up, you know.
Jeff's got me because he's really good at trivia, and this is a trivia question.
I feel it at my core.
Awesome. Okay, guys, so obviously today is 9/11. Not to put a somber on the mood, but, just a time of reflection and remembrance. And so I'm just going to go ahead and do the benediction and say a prayer for today. Our Father, on this day, we remember the innocent who lost their lives, and we pay tribute to those who gave their lives so that others might live. For many of our citizens, the wounds of that morning remain fresh. Firefighters and police officers still choke up at the memory of fallen comrades. Fallen Americans take bittersweet pride in loved ones who refused to be victims and gave America our first victory in the war on terror. We also remember the sacrifices made by our nation's armed forces to keep us safe. Every one of our troops is a volunteer. And since the attacks of September 11th, more than 2 million Americans have stepped forward to put our nation's uniform. Over 50,000 soldiers, sailors, airmen, and guardsmen have suffered terrible injuries, and over 6,000 have given the ultimate sacrifice in the defense of freedom. America cherishes their memory, and we pray for their families. We will never forget. Lord, out of this suffering, we resolve to honor every man and woman lost, and we seek their lasting memorial in a safer and more hopeful world. In your name we pray, amen. And so I didn't know if anybody wanted to share just a memory of where they were at 9/11. I think I remember for me at 9/11, I remember the radio DJ said this was a day that everyone will say, I was here or I was doing this during 9/11. It's just something that you won't forget. And that was 19 years ago, was it? Yeah, 19 years ago. And for me, I was worried because my brother worked at the Pentagon when that got hit. And so I was scared to death that he was hurt, but he's totally fine. Ain't nothing touched his little head, so he's good. But that was a very scary and sad moment. And if anyone wanted to share their experience of where they were.
I'll share mine. Sarah was 7 months pregnant with Kendall, who's our third. And yeah, it was pretty scary. She called me at work and said what had happened. And, you know, we're obviously trying to live through that whole scenario of, is it an accident? Is it on purpose? And just seeing, you know, never having as an adult, right, with kids and saying, how's this going to change everything, right? Because we understood it wasn't like when we watched the space shuttle explode when we were kids. It was like, I understand what the ramifications of this is going to be. I don't know if you guys ever remember the movie Red Dawn.
Yeah.
The old one with Patrick Swayze. Like, that's what I said. I was like, is this what are we going to do this? Is that what's going to happen? So it was just a lot of emotions, but, you know, being a father of, at the time, 2 with the third on the way, it was just scary to know, well, what's this going to do for, you know, the economy, for us personally, for the nation as a whole. Yeah, it was just a, I mean, it's a once in a lifetime, unprecedented event that
Right.
to change everything.
Thank you for that. That is something we can all definitely identify with, those emotions, those feelings. Anybody else have a moment they'd like to share?
I was getting ready, and my mirror in my bathroom reflected the TV in the room so I could be watching the morning news while I was getting ready. And I was watching the Today Show with Katie and Matt, Katie Couric and Matt Lauer. And they're delivering their little morning thing, and all of a sudden you can just kind of see in their eyes something weird's going on because they're seeing what's happening. And then they're like, oh my God, a plane just flew into the Twin Towers. And at that point it was like an accident, right? And they kept going live, and then all of a sudden it was like, and then the second one hit. So then that's when all the chaos hit. So, and then I went on into work that day, and it was just a very odd day. I didn't have kids at the time. It was a very somber day. Everybody was just really wasn't getting work done. Just kind of trying to figure out what was going on, because then it was like, and then the Pentagon was hitting. It's like, what's gonna happen next? So,
and we didn't have smartphones really in place, you know, so we were all having to crowd around a TV or a computer to watch what was going on. Yeah. Crazy.
I don't remember going to work, but I remember Grandma was living with us at the time, and I had Bree. And Grandma was like, Jenny, come in here. And I was like, a little irritated. So, she was like, look at this. And the next thing, Patrick comes in there, and we're all looking at the TV in her bedroom, and we have a TV clearly in the living room. But we're all huddled in Grandma's bedroom like, what's going on, you know? But I think she understood the impact of it more, and maybe even Patrick more, because I was still fairly young myself. So I was not thinking as deeply as Jeff at that moment.
Red Dawn was a very influential movie in my teenage years.
What is going on?
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you guys so much for sharing that. And yeah, that's just not to keep you, you know, we were like, I know it's like when you're happy, but you know, there is something good to say, you know, and I'm always trying to think of a silver lining. I mean, it really did bring our country together. I've never seen such patriotism. And we fought together. We banded together, and we put aside our differences for once, you know, and it seemed like, you know, just for a brief period of time, we were collectively together and patriotic and prayerful. And so, you know, out of adversity and rough times, you know, people shine and their character is shown. And you know, even though it's a really somber and a sad day, you know, when you think back on it, it should also bring you some pride into this country and how great it is. And, you know, Rotary does promote patriotism. So just happy that you guys are sharing that moment.
Hey, Carrie. This is Ashley. Real quick, I only say this because I have a dear friend of mine who was in New York City the day that happened, and I was in high school, and trying to get a hold of her was really scary. Anyway, she's still 19 years later very traumatized by it, and so I would just say, like, if you know people like on Facebook who are your friends who were like there in the city when it happened, to be very sensitive about how you post. Like for her, she's okay with people posting, but not of like the actual towers themselves.
Right.
So it's just a reminder for those who weren't there on the ground to just continue to be sensitive. And it's not about forgetting history, because we're very much remembering, like you'll never forget, but it's also continuing even almost 2 decades later to be sensitive to those who were there in the city.
True. That's so true. Yeah. How old was she when that happened? Do you remember?
I was a senior, so I was 17, so she was 19.
Oh man. Yeah, that's actually really good. And thank you for that. And you're right, because as we're sharing our posts, probably really good to just be cognizant of that, right? Yeah. So thank you for that. That's a good flag. Good takeaway on that. As a matter of fact, if you want to actually put something on our page that you think would be appropriate, and then we can share that.
Sure, I can do that.
Okay, thank you. All right. Okay, so we're welcoming our guests. We obviously don't have any, because when we don't have a guest, we act really loosey-goosey, so.
Hey, Carrie.
Hey.
I know we don't have a guest, but I did get a clarification. According to the Texas House of Representatives, while rendering the salute to the Texas flag, a person should stand erect, face the Texas flag, and hold their right hand over the heart.
Oh, okay. Okay.
To the Texas House of Representatives.
Okay. Well, I think Brian beat you to it.
I'm sorry.
Brian put something in the chat box, so.
Did you say it in the campaign? Or Brian, is that what you said?
Yeah, I think Brian's on mute, but yeah, he put it in the chat box. But that is, thank you for that. Yes.
Okay, good.
Hi, Hugh. Nice to see you. We're having a trivia over how to stand during the Texas pledge. Is it the hand over the heart? Is it up? What is it?
Well, supposedly you were supposed to hold your hand out, and then when you said the pledge, take it to your heart.
Oh!
That's how they did it at Putnam Elementary School, who was the first, and Oral Roberts, the first Texas Supreme Court justice. But anyway.
Okay, so I think Carrie wins the trivia.
She does.
That's awesome. That's awesome. We keep using Hugh as our judge, you know. Oh, that's funny. That's funny. That's awesome. All right. I may have to include in a trivia night for folks to recite the Texas Pledge without reading it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then, shame on me, because I'm not good at it. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to practice.
We didn't say it when I was in school in Texas.
I didn't either.
All right. So now we have the beautiful and talented Denise, who will share with us her Rotary Minute.
Yay.
Thanks, Gary. I don't know about that, but anyway, I have a Rotary Minute that Ashley helped me locate on Rotary.org. Thank you, Ashley. You're the best all the time. And it's about why being kind is more important now than ever with all that we're going through. So it's really no secret that helping others, you know, it boosts your serotonin, it reduces stress, and we feel good, you know, when we do that. But now we're throwing in COVID-19, and people are extra anxious. They're anxious about their health, their families, their job, their future, and, you know, could really, really use a boost. So studies have shown, and y'all have probably looked into this before or heard this, giving support has greater mental benefits than receiving it. You know, we like to give more than to receive, and it does. It's just feel good. It's not surprising that there was a study that as Rotarians, we have a high need to be compassionate. I mean, we need that. We're desperate to get that feel-good feeling.
And a lot of us now are at home, and maybe we think that there aren't the opportunities to like dig in and help and, you know, roll up your sleeves like we've had in the past. So it's just a reminder that we deserve to be our kindest self. And as leaders, we need to go forth and seek out ways to show our gratitude and just spread kindness. So just a Friday reminder how kindness is important to everyone.
That's wonderful. I love that. I love it. Good job. That was a really good one. Thank you, Ashley, for helping her. That is so awesome. We want everyone in our club to be able to give a Rotary Minute, and happy to help. Any one of us are happy to help. Carlos, Ashley, Denise, myself, we're happy to help you in coming up with a topic. But yes, it's always more preferable for someone to volunteer to do it than me having to pick them. But I'll do it. So.
And even if y'all get picked, just like text me on the sly, and I can feed you articles, and you can take all the credit.
Yay! Thank you, Ashley. Thank you. Awesome. Good job, Denise. Very good.
Hey, Carrie, can I say something really quick?
Yeah.
Okay, just based on kindness.
Hello?
Oh, am I muted?
Go ahead.
Oh, my phone's talking to me. Just something on kindness. We're focusing on kindness at school this month. And my desk is full of all these kids that have been kind, and these are all their leadership kindness awards that I give out every morning.
Oh my God.
Connection there.
You know what? That's weird. So that's like a moment of synchronicity, right? Ashley and Denise picking this theme, and then you're doing it, Carrie, at the school, and that's fascinating. I love it. There we go. All right. No pressure for next week. Ha ha ha.
We're all going to need our awards.
Carlos, let me know if anyone volunteers, you know. All right. Moving on.
What? Jennifer volunteered? Jennifer.
Yes, I did.
Way to go.
That's funny.
Way to go. You rock, Jennifer. You just give that.
Okay.
Thank you so much. It means a lot to us.
It does. Thank you, Jennifer, so much for volunteering. We really appreciate it. All right, so happy time. You know the drill. So if you've got a happy thought to share, it's PayPal time, all right? So 380rotary@gmail.com, or Jennifer is your collector. So if you're in person. So Michael and I are just so happy that we were able this week to get a Fletcher's corn dog. That is a tradition of ours at the state fair. And we did not have to drive an hour and pay for tickets and parking. Instead, it came to us. So it just so happened to come to Tup's Brewery, which is like 2 minutes from our house. So we got our Fletcher's fix. So that's our happy thought for the week.
And Fletcher's came with fall weather. That was just a bonus.
Yes, it did.
They're serving Fletcher's right over here, aren't they?
They are.
What? Yeah, you guys are, you have a chick,
Golden chick or whatever the one's called. I get them confused, but yes.
Golden chick. Yeah. Anyone have one to share?
I have one to share. I brought all of my coin in my purse. So I'm super excited. Most of y'all saw on my Facebook page that I put in my 2 weeks notice at the bank. So I'm officially going full-time real estate, and I am so excited. And so that's my happy for the week.
I don't blame you.
I've got a happy also. I'm happy because, as I've told y'all before, my son started playing football. Well, this weekend is his first game. Tomorrow, his first real game. And, you know, it's just all the emotions, all the, you know, never thought I'd be so dang proud of my kid, but, you know, can't wait to get out tomorrow and play some football.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh, take lots of pictures.
Well, I can't. I'm on the field.
You're coaching.
That would be pretty hard. Right? Carrie, do you have a happy?
I do. I want to say thank you to Carlos. My happy is he purchased these space mask shield things that go inside your mask. So you can breathe easier. He donated these to our staff, and I just want to say thank you because I know it makes me very happy that I can breathe easier.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I'm so excited about them. So thank you, Carlos.
Thank you, Carlos. And they're awesome. At first, it looked a little like Friday 13th, right? You know?
Yeah.
Shredder.
That's awesome. That's wonderful. And then, anybody else? Anybody else have a happy?
I have one. I kind of already shared, but I am so happy that it is cooler. I'm happy my kids are back in school in person. They're not there yet as far as like mastering their schedule and not being so tired, and you know, we're getting it together, but it's not going to be the same. Things are different, but I'm just happy. I feel like we're going forward, and we'll see what happens. Lots of prayer, and you know, we're going for it. And I know it's good for them to be out of the house.
That's
and
awesome.
It's good for, not that I'm home during the day, but you know, it's just a little.
That's wonderful. I love it. I love it. Yes. Anybody else? I know Ashley's enjoying pumpkin spice lattes.
Oh man, so much fall. Like I even said like Mother Nature didn't need to cooperate, but I'm so glad she joined the party and caught up with it being, you know, fall and early September. Yeah. Hay bales, pumpkin, candles, all the things.
Hay bales. Well, Dan has hay bales if you want any, so.
I actually have 3.
Oh.
They're the baby ones. They're the little baby ones that you get like half off at Michael's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll be at one house in Providence Village with the 3 like super large hay bales in their front yard.
That's right. Oh, all right. Anybody else have a happy they'd like to share?
Jess has a happy.
I've got one. The one that my wife was pregnant with in 9/11. She's back. So she was in Arkansas, and she's back. So
what's her name?
She was struggling. She was trying to get a roommate, and that fell through. And so she was struggling and just struggling. And so we said, "Come back." And so she came back last night.
Oh, what's her name?
And she's back. So we're excited.
Which daughter is that? What's her name?
Kendall.
Oh, the one that just graduated.
Yep. So she tried it. She's back. So.
Oh, bless her heart.
Yeah, it is. That's what we tell her. We're like, hey.
Especially now.
I know. So we try to tell her, but you know, they got to make their own decisions. So we just said, okay, go ahead. And then, you know, we didn't, no condemnation, didn't say, told you so, just said, okay. I was just, you know, it was mature for her to say, I can't do this. I'm struggling. And then to come back and reset. So.
That's great. That's great. That's smart. Hugh, did you have something to share?
No, I'm just kind of, you know, hold on. Let me unmute myself.
Oh, no, we can hear you. You're
okay. No, I'm just kind of listening, you know.
Oh, okay. I thought you were wanting to say something. Sorry about that.
No, I must have messed up. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. You're good. No messing up. All right.
I have something. Carlos and family are one of the new sponsors for the Providence Village magazine. Oh. And so I'm really happy to be partnering up with them. But I'm also happy because it's not going to just be about furthering their own personal business, which is part of it. But they're going to use their sponsorship to talk about their involvement in the community. So that'll help with the school district. It's going to highlight Rotary and all their different roles in the community. So I'm really excited to be working with this type of a relationship where it's not just strictly for business, but to build the community.
Oh my God. Yes. That is wonderful. That is wonderful. I mean, Carlos, would you like to be president of the Rotary Club one day?
One day, that's
aspirations, right?
Yeah. You have got such a big heart. We just love you so much. And it's so funny. I talk to Carlos probably more than anybody else now, and he sings. guys, just so you know. He sings when he calls you. But he's got just the most vibrant, wonderful personality ever. What is it? What did you call it? Walking Eagle? Walking Eagle is amazing.
That's your new name.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Nickname. Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And if anyone has something else they forgot they would like to share, please do so. And just remember that these donations are going to go to our family of Rotary. And so we have budgeted these dollars for your happy jar to go directly to Family of Rotary, which basically goes right back to you. And so we really thank you for your contributions and your donations. Because when you get those lovely birthday cards in the mail and you get, you know, whatever else that Denise does that's just so amazing. If you're sad or, you know, you're in surgery or things like that, and we help with that, you know, that comes from these Happy Jar funds. And so we're just really grateful for your donation. And just a reminder, today is club administration. So in club administration, we talk about the club. And so we talk about the health of the club. We talk about really just try to be as transparent as possible so that you know what you signed up for. You know where your dollars are going, you know, just everything about the club. So if anyone asks you about it, for one, you've got something to tell them, but two, so you can have a sense of pride and integrity into what Rotary is and how Rotary is helping you in the community. So moving on from that, I want to say a big warm welcome to Amy Yarbrough, our new member. So Amy Yarbrough makes member number 32 in our club. So we have 32 members now, and we are just so excited to have her. I think when I got the email saying that she was interested in joining, I teared up because I was like, I am so excited. Amy is just such a powerful community leader and inspirer, so resourceful, so giving and generous. There's just so much to offer, and I just always knew she was a Rotarian at heart, and just so glad that she decided to join the family and make it official. Jennifer is her sponsor. So Jennifer, did you want to share a little bit about that?
I would love to share. Well, Amy and I have been in many things together, and we're starting up many things together. But she's just great. I love her. Ever since we met, like, she's done so much. Like, we talk about everything, and I love that it's not. We both have things that we aspire to do, and it might not always align with us, but it doesn't matter for Amy. Like, we can talk about whatever, and we can either do business or not do business, but we're always looking for ways we can help each other. And that's what I love, is it's not, you know, like, let's just push our agendas on each other. It's let's be friends. And so I love that Amy has such a friendship heart, and that she does think about how she can help others all the time.
That's wonderful. I love that. And Amy, did you have anything to share?
Well, I'm glad to finally be here. I mean, I know I joined, I think I visited a couple times last year, and the scheduling was hard with kids in school. But we've got that worked out. So I'm glad to make it work and be a part of it.
Awesome. Thank you. And we're going to have an official induction ceremony with you, Amy. Once we get all our supplies together, we'll do that. So more to come, more celebrations.
We'll go all in.
Awesome. Yeah. Once we get our dance lined up, you know, we got to dance, we got to do, you know. But once we get all that together.
Yeah. Hybrid kind of.
So much more celebrating to come with that. And if Jennifer, just like I was going to say, Amy, if you have any questions or anything concerning, just go to Jennifer. Jennifer's one of our charter members. She knows everything about what we're doing. So just go to her. All right. So welcome, number 32.
You have a number.
You have a number.
But you're more than just a number.
That's right. That's right. She's more than just a number. She's more than one. All right. Okay. So moving into club administration time, we have been asked to give donations to the Carriage House of Denton. Sorry, that looks a little weird, doesn't it? Carriage House of Denton Living Assist. Oh, whatever. Anyway. Yeah, assisted living. Okay, yeah. No coffee this morning. I can't read. So anyway, they have more females than males, but they are asking for any donations of pajamas, toiletries, puzzle books, and snacks. Was wondering if Denise, I think Denise, you said that was okay if we wanted to make your locations the drop off.
Absolutely. You guys, we have Toys for Tots going on in this room behind the sun. We have our backpacks here. We will always be happy to collect.
Wonderful. Thank you. And if we can also do Amazon deliveries and have them dropped off at Denise's office as well. So, if you're an Amazon fan like I am, that's the route that we'll be going. And so we'll just do a drop ship to the Kiesling Agency. And thank you, the Kiesling Agency, for being so supportive. Thank you so much. But yeah, just puzzle books, some snacks, toiletries, some PJs. We forget about our seniors sometimes, and just be mindful of it. Just as you're going to the store or you're shopping online, pick up a few things and let's show some support to them.
Hey, Carrie, do they have any like pajama sizes that are in need or any preferences?
I asked for sizes, and so what I got was just the genders. And so she was just, I think we should just basically lean on large and extra larges, which is what I've noticed other assisted living centers tend to do more of, is large and extra larges. I think it's like, I think when you lean toward the smallers, you run the risk of people, can't fit into it. And then for the ladies, having pajamas that are not pants are good. So where it's just a dress.
Like gowns. Okay.
Yeah, the gowns. Yes, that's actually really good. So thank you. That's a great question.
And another quick question on the snacks, because I know for folks who tend to be in, like, I'm thinking more nursing homes, maybe not necessarily assisted living. There's like maybe hard candy is a no, or like diabetic, like sugar-free. Was there any requirements or needs?
No, the directors there are the ones that are distributing it. And so sometimes hard candy is good for them, especially if they're having sugar issues and they need that little bit of sugar. But no, she said that they are the ones that distribute it. So just, any kind
whatever goes.
Yeah, like goldfish crackers, gummies, just kind of be cognizant when you're thinking, like, no Jolly Ranchers or, hard things that stick,
My grandmother loved vanilla wafers. She would hide them in her wheelchair and wheel around the nursing home and give little like cookies out to different. She was like the cookie lady of the nursing home.
Oh, I love that. Vanilla wafers, animal crackers is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's actually a really good idea. That's a really good.
Awesome.
And then we're going to need, once we start getting some supplies, we're going to need a volunteer that's willing to distribute and take it over there. So just no need to volunteer right now, but just thinking that through, we're going to need that. So anyway, thank you. We're going to give it a month. And so we're asking for all donations by October 9th. Please get it over to the Kiesling Agency. And Ashley will be posting something up so you can get some more information on that. Thank you. Awesome. Oh, look at you. That's so awesome. Ashley, you're so sweet. Ah! Ashley's already volunteered. That's awesome. Okay, well, you know what? She could probably always use some help. So maybe that's a partnership thing. Okay, all right, moving along. You guys remember we had a nice guest last week, Amy Gayhart, and she is with Blue Sky Therapy. Ooh, sorry, went too far. Yeah, she's with Blue Sky Therapy, and they are having a gala, and normally their gala is in person, but because of COVID, they're having to do something a little uniquely different to raise money. And so Blue Sky Therapy is a horse ranch that works with special needs, and they really are pretty known to do just such a great job. And Amy is not only running that organization, but she's also interested in becoming a member of our club. And what she's asking is if anyone that is an entrepreneur, if they would like, or even if you're not, would be willing to host a gala, mini gala at your location or at your home. They are willing to advertise. There's some marketing involved with that, where they're willing to give you some social media blasts and shout outs. I think they're even willing to provide the food for you if you're willing to host little mini galas at your location. So
hey, Carrie, Denise said that she would be absolutely delighted to host a Rotary one here. We could be a Rotary host here at Farmers.
Oh my God! Awesome!
Jennifer needs all the credit because that was her great idea. But absolutely, I'm always in for a party.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's wonderful. Okay, so thank you for that, Denise. So I will reach out to Amy Gayhart right after this meeting and tell her, and I'll include you in on it, Jennifer and Denise, on the email so that you can see.
And Carlos is bringing the beverages.
That's awesome. Okay. Well, they did say that they would provide the food and drinks. So, but unless you have something specific.
Yeah. we have a peanut allergy that we're trying to.
I love it. Walking Eagle has spoken. All right. Well, that is wonderful. Thank you guys for your generosity on that. You are so amazing. And so we will reach out to Amy, and more info to come. So she'll be delighted to hear this. I think this is just such a great representation of Rotary. Thank you. Okay, so.
And also that was very funny.
That was very funny.
Yeah.
We have, our club has this funny way of volunteering other people, right?
Yeah.
You know? I
think it's just a sense of knowing what the other person wants to say, but it just hasn't yet.
That's right.
Well, that's good.
That's right. That's right. Denise loves the party. Come on. All right. So really quick. Okay. So now into the finances of our club. All right. So this is where it gets to the nitty gritty. Make sure everybody can see that. So this is our budget. And what you're looking at is a running list of what we were able to get in last year and what we were actually having to pay last year. And so I want you to be very clear about where your dollars are going. Everybody's giving $80 a quarter to Rotary, and you know, we have bills to pay, we have supplies, we have dues to pay to Rotary International and District, but I want you to get a good sense of it and what we're looking to do this year. We are so excited this year. We actually have a fundraiser, so that's actually making a lot of difference in our ability to be able to give back to the community. So I won't go line for line into this, but I will show you really quick that our member dues, and we've got, you know, this is based on 31. This is right before Amy got in. So if we are able to get everybody's dues in, we can get $9,440 by the end of Rotary year. End of Rotary year is June 30th, not January, it's June. And what we would like to do is take that happy jar money for the year and make sure that that gets funded over to Family of Rotary. Our hope, and Michael will talk about this soon, is that we are able to donate $3,000 to Rotary Foundation, and that way we're eligible for grants in Carlos's year. And guys, we really want to get in on the grants, because that's where all the magic happens with Rotary, where you could do some really huge, impactful things. And so, but we have to actually give and contribute to the Rotary Foundation, which is why we're going through all the fun trivias and things like that. But Rotary's goal is, you know, that we get $100 in per member. And so we've actually just shortened it a little bit to say 3,000 instead of 3,200. And then what we're looking at is for polio. Okay, so for polio, we have a goal also, which is $25 per member. And so we're looking at around $750, actually it's $775, right? $775, because it's based on person. And so these are the goals that we're hoping to get. So we're hoping that we will accumulate 17,000 total in contributions and donations and membership dues and all of that by the end of Rotary year. And then we've got just a slew of expenses, as you can see, that have to go out every year. But these are great expenses because, Guys, without your dues, without your contributions, we can't keep the lights on for Rotary, period. Not just for our club, but Rotary International. And your dues is doing so much to the welfare of the world's services that are happening. And trust me, it is so much. We haven't even scratched the surface of what Rotary International is doing. So thank you. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for doing that. We want to continue to fund this great organization. And then what we're hoping is that with our fundraiser that we're getting with the Sweet Support boxes, that we're going to be able to still be able to donate up to $1,000 to a nonprofit in our area, and also be able to do Green Fest if everybody still agrees with us doing that again this year. And we're also looking that we've got the extra money also to be able to hand out to nonprofit groups or to the first responder program. We will have like a little buffer of about $1,250 where we'll be able to do something where last year we didn't have anything, nothing. So anyway, so we're setting ourselves up a little bit better by having fundraisers, and this is why it's so important. But I just wanted to give a quick overview. This will all get emailed to you guys so that you can have a better look at it, so that you can go through it. And just so you know, as all budgets go, they do get amended throughout the year, okay? So necessarily what you're seeing right now, it can change based on the board's approval and how much income comes in and things like that. But I really wanted you to see where your dues are going and how important it is when you're paying and any kind of contributions that you're making. So thank you for that. Thank you so much for being so generous. And so, yeah, I did say that. Yeah. So yeah, I will be sending this out in your emails. So all right, so because I know it's very little words and letters and it's hard to read all that. Okay, so speaking of how you donate in foundation, I know that you guys have all been hearing about this trivia, and I will let Michael take over, and Michael will explain a little bit more into why we're doing this and where we're going. I knew Jeff would get a kick out of this.
I didn't realize I was such a yellow complected.
All right. Okay, Michael.
Well, we have a goal of $10 a month, as you know, or $100 per year if you want to do it in one lump sum. In order to get people headed in that right direction, we're doing a trivia night once a month, and those go $10. Right now, we have people who have already contributed. Jennifer has already won a trivia night, and Jeff kind of like tied a trivia night, I think.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
And so they both contributed. And so
just notice the number one.
Yes. Well, number one and star, I think, are equivalent. They're close. It's close to like 1 and A, but yours was first and Jeff's was second. So we're waiting to see who actually wins the race by getting to 100.
Well, that's clearly me. That's an old pair of sunglasses.
That's right. That's right. So if you did want to go ahead and donate on your own, though, this is just an image. If you haven't signed up for myrotary.com, just go and sign up for a Rotary account. Oops. You can go on and there's a donation tab off to the right side of the page. Make sure you select annual funds. That's the one that returns back to us in the form of grants later on. Those are 3-to-1 grants, so those can really add up over the course of time. And so we do look forward to getting those later on. You'll see your name, or you can donate in the name of someone else as you go through there. And that's what we've been doing for Trivia Night for $10. That's if you go in, you can actually check to see your status, to see how far along your donations have gone. Those donations go to help everything that Rotary International does, so it's a great donation. We'll cover polio later.
Yeah.
There's another section in there for polio, and we'll talk about that one later in the meeting.
But yeah, guys, just a few little clicks, and thank you, Michael, for that. And you do get a confirmation right away for your tax purposes, and then in a few days you get an actual email that'll show it too. But our goal is $10 a month or $100 per member annually. And so you actually save $20 if you just go ahead and pay $100. Otherwise, it's $10 a month. And just so you know, yeah, Michael has just been having a little fun, and just, you know, you get your $10 on him if you answer all his questions correctly. So it's fun. All right. Thank you. Thank you for that. All right, Sweet Support fundraiser. We are doing really good with this. Carlos was so generous. He got not only these mask inserts for the staff and the teachers at the schools, but he also got Sweet Support boxes for Monaco Elementary. Dude, we have played with that word Monaco so much that I'm actually I'm like nervous saying it, because I've been calling it Monaco and, you know, making it French, you know. But, oops, sorry, I keep hitting buttons. But anyway, it was just an exciting week. We also just now got another order in to support NEPD again. So NEPD rocks. So we are just so excited that these are coming in. Gina delivered yesterday, to 2 of our health clinics, which was Associates of Texas and Crossroads, and also to Community Med. So I'm telling you, they're so happy to get these. They're just so excited. And I know you can see their eyes smiling underneath their mask, you know. But thank you. And if you know anyone that would like to do this, please let us know. You don't have to be a business owner. You could have your name on it, or you could just have a saying if you want, and we could put on the box. However you want it done, but it goes to such a great cause. It helps our club be able to donate to others, but it also puts a smile on their faces, especially during this time where support is so needed. So just keep it up. You're doing an awesome job. Thank you. All right, so I wanted Carlos to give us a quick update on how we're doing with our backpacks.
Yeah, so our backpack drive has officially ended. I know Denise and her girls were going to pack the backpacks that we had. We're going to deliver those on Monday. I'm not sure how many we ended up with.
We're a little over 50, and we have plenty of supplies to stuff them with.
Is there more supplies left, or are they all stuffed?
We're not ahead of the curve, Carlos. The girls will be doing it this weekend. Yeah.
That's awesome. But you know, not only did we get supplies, we got, or not only did we get backpacks, we got 200 boxes of school supplies. We had a lady from Dollar General tell me, she told me to come by one day, and she just filled up 2 shopping carts full of school supplies. You know, Karen Madsen dropped off a box of backpacks that were already stuffed. I mean, there's just been so much support, you know, from our community. It's been amazing.
I also wanted to add that we have some people even donated the lunchbox inside the backpack. So we do have that. We'll just kind of sort them out, you know, in that way. So we can assess the need and where it should go. And so yes, we even have lunchboxes.
That's great.
Wonderful. I love it. Thank you. Thank you. All right. And so Jeff, I'll let you take this lead.
Okay. So before we get to our featured speaker, I have a little bit of economic news. So the United States is projected to have a $3.3 trillion deficit this year. So remember, a trillion is 1,000 billion. That would exceed the GDP for the first time since World War II. So just to help you understand the economic impact of COVID. And then India's GDP last quarter dropped 23.9%. Excuse me, one of the largest declines in the pandemic. So it's not just us, it's worldwide. And they are number 3 in COVID deaths behind the USA and Brazil. On a lighter note, in late May, they had a survey to see how many people would be willing to go on a cruise this year. So I wanted to take a poll. How many of you would say, yeah, I would go on a cruise this year?
I don't really like cruises, but I'm not scared.
Okay. So what do you think? What do you think the percentage of the general population said they would go on a cruise this year?
60%.
20%.
Yeah, it's 58%. 58% of the people said, "Yep, I would go this year." So it's good to see that we have some bad economic news, but we also see that we have this mentality of, hey, we're gonna continue to do whatever we can. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce Carlos, and he's going to talk about some of his many aspirations and career options that he has. Carlos?
I'm gonna go over, sit next to you so I can keep in front of the camera.
Okay. Yay, that's awesome. Walking eagle. Woo-hoo.
So thanks for giving me the opportunity this morning. I am Carlos, your realtor with eXp Realty. And, you know, everybody knows that I'm in real estate. Everybody knows that we buy and sell houses. But the way we do it at your Realty Partners with my team, I think is completely different than most of what you get with every other agent that is out there. We have a team. We've built a team that is super powerful, super versatile, and I feel like we're able to serve our client the way they need to be served. For example, everybody's got different wants, different needs, different challenges, and I want you to imagine for a moment that you know, you in your own situation where you're at, you've decided that we're going to sell our house and we're going to buy a new one. And whether you've been in your house for 2 years, whether you've been in your house for 12 years, there might be some things that need to be fixed. There needs to be some things that need to be staged, some clutter that needs to be gotten rid of, some repairs that need to be made, all sorts of things, all the things that, you know, maybe you've got something on the honey-do list that your honeydewer says, okay, I hear you, but you don't need to remind me every 6 months. Just, you know, our team is set up so that we can take care of all of that stuff. We can put together a plan, and my motto is just let me handle everything. I can handle everything. Let's let the professionals do what professionals do. You know, and you've got your everyday job, and it's probably not painting houses, right? Not painting walls. Let's let a painter paint the walls. Not that you're not capable, but you've got a life to live also. Maybe you suffer from the same thing as I do. I'm not really good at staging and decorating, and I tell people all the time how to do it, but personally, my house isn't decorated by me, right? My wife is the one that decorates our house. Well, I have a design coordinator that'll come and stage your house with your things. So again, I have a repairman that he's a jack of all trades, master of most. He's absolutely wonderful. And, you know, keeping with the same thing, I hired a professional photographer. He's the same photographer every time, unless he's getting a root canal, which this week he's getting a root canal. But that's the idea. We let professionals do what professionals do, and then the property we set up so that we can sell it. You know, it can sell itself in the best way possible. So, you know, so like I said, first imagine you're going to sell your house and you've got all these things that you've got to do. Well, now imagine you've got all the repairs that you've got to make, you've got the walls that you've got to paint, you've got the holes that you've got to repair, and you know, all the clutter to get rid of. Now imagine you've got a real estate agent with his entire team that can take care of all of it. You can continue to live your life, continue to do what you do, and we'll take care of this real estate transaction. I'm talking about everything from, you know, when should I put my house on the market? How should I put my house on the market? All the way to, I'll hire your movers for you. We'll get you packed up. We'll get you to your new place. You don't have to worry about it. So my ideal client is someone that's looking to sell their house, someone that's looking to buy a house, someone that's looking to sell a church. if anybody knows somebody wants to buy a church, I've got one of those. But
That's right.
Really and truly, if you're here along the 380 corridor, if you're in North Texas, you know, we've got I've got a team of agents. We're spread out from Decatur all the way to McKinney. We can cover this corridor pretty well. So now, aside from real estate, I do a lot of real estate, but that's not the biggest passion in my life. So there's, you know, my family and I, we live to serve our community. You know, there's everything that we're involved in. We try to be as involved as we can in love packs. I serve on the school board. Even if I wasn't serving on the school board, I think that our teachers, our faculty and staff, they need as much support as possible. And before I was on the school board, I was always doing everything I could to support them. I think that, you know, where I come from, my mom is a retired school teacher after 25 years. And, you know, seeing my mom wake up every day and give all of herself, everything that she had, just, you know, give it to everybody else. I think it's a, you know, they definitely don't get enough credit. So we support the school as much as we can. There are other things that we do in our community. For example, everybody's excited that fall's right around the corner. Well, every Thanksgiving, I think I've told y'all before, we choose a handful of families, and, you know, they're given to us by, you know, different people, and, you know, they always remain anonymous. We never, you know, we'll never go and take pictures and things like that. But if you need, if you're not going to have Thanksgiving dinner, you know, let me know, or if you know of somebody that's not, let me know, and we will deliver Thanksgiving dinner. And what that looks like is we can set up so that you can go to the grocery store and pick up all your groceries and cook your own Thanksgiving dinner, just to make things like if they were normal. If you, what we learned our very first year is, some people would look at us and be like, "Oh, that's work." that is, I don't have time for that. And so we partner up with Prairie House, and, you know, we just tell them how many people we're serving, and we'll go pick up Thanksgiving dinner and take it directly to them. And it comes, you know, all the fixings, all the sides, all the turkey and gravy that they can want. So that's one of our really big passion projects. And then right after Thanksgiving, there's Christmas. And, you know, I think y'all remember last year some of the things that we did. You know, there's a certain family that they told us that they had a huge tragedy. Their house caught on fire last year. And, you know, with the help of some very, very generous Rotarians, Brian, JT, others, and then some of the people that I work side by side with, you know, my repairman, my roofing company, you know, we just all stepped up. They all stepped up. I didn't really do anything, but I mean, in a matter of, I mean, it was a week and a half, and this lady's house was put back together. They were able to move back in before Christmas, and, you know, like nothing had ever happened. It was amazing. So we do stuff like that. There was a lady who had just recently gotten a divorce, and right before Christmas, she was a homemaker for 12 years and didn't, you know, just one day, it's like you go from having a happy family to now you're on your own, and you've got these two little girls that you want to give Christmas to. And the way that started is, she said, "Do you think anybody can give me a tree just so Christmas can look kind of normal in our house?" You know, and so we took her out. My wife and I took her out Christmas shopping. We spent $1,500 and bought all her kids any present, everything, whatever their Santa list was. We bought everything on the dang list. You know, we bought her Christmas tree, all the stuff to decorate her house for Christmas. That way, it's a little bit normal. You know, it wasn't those kids' fault that this was happening, and so we wanted to make sure that, you know, if we could help in any way, that they didn't feel like it was going to be tough enough. Mom and dad are getting divorced, right? It's
Right.
Christmas season. They didn't need to go through that as well.
That's awesome.
Carlos,
there's just so much that you do. I mean, I think we probably need to like say, what do you not do?
Exercise. Eat healthy.
I mean, you've got obviously, I mean, thank you from a personal note for getting us Michael and I into our new home that we absolutely love so much. You're just an excellent realtor. But also, you know, just so enterprising, not afraid to just jump right in. You're such an inspiration to me personally. I know to so many others, not just from your giving heart, but your aspect and your outlook on money. You're not afraid of it, and you don't have a mindset of lack or want, and that just shows your constant success. I truly am inspired by you. I watch you and how you navigate through your charity, through your service, through the 100 Men of Denton, right? Yeah, 100 Men of Denton, which you've actually set up to where they're going to talk to us coming up next month. So really excited to hear from them. But you know, I mean, really changed my outlook from a poor little country girl to understanding that money isn't something to be afraid of, and money comes easily and frequently, you know. And so you just show that level of success and prosperity through your charity and your giving, and it's such an inspiration. I absolutely admire you and love that. And I know Jeff does too, and I know I just second, you know, Jeff's words and his introduction to you, that you are amazingly talented, so thank you. And like I said, guys, there's so much more. Carlos is just a wealth of giving. I mean, I know personally of other things that he's done that he hasn't even talked about yet. So, but the list just goes on and on with him. But you know, you can see his passion is through service and through giving, especially with the schools. So definitely reach out if you have any ideas or things that you would like to start up with Carlos. And I know we are over time, so we will wrap this baby up really quick. But thank you, Carlos. Air claps. Thank you. And guys, Jeff will be going around to each of you for a vocational update. And so just think about what Carlos presented on, not just his job, but his passions as you are preparing for yours. All right, so let's really quick. Okay. Denise, why don't you lead us out? Actually, no, not Denise. Carlos, you lead us out.
Four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Number 1.
Is it true?
Number 2.
Is it fair to all concerned?
Number 3.
Will it build better friendships?
Number 4.
Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Number 5.
Have some fun.
Thank you. And Carlos, if you can ring the bell, that'd be great.
I'll ring the bell.
Oh.
Or somebody ring the bell. Okay, I heard it that time. Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Have a great weekend. We appreciate you guys. And all you guys at the Kiesling Agency, thank you. And Ashley will be putting out more information on Facebook about today's meeting. Thanks, guys.
Tracy, how are you?